We're in the office here with Coach Dupree at Gaston, and Coach, you finally got to play a home game. I know that probably seemed very strange to you that you didn't even really know what that's like over here to play a home game, but you got a home game under your belt last week and didn't go the way you wanted to. But just take us back to last Friday night and how it all transpired.
Well, I was just proud of our effort. We started out the game pretty well first half. I think we went in down 7-0 at halftime. We just fought and fought. I really felt like, last game we made a big jump. We did, and took a big step in the right direction. I know the final score was like 30-6, but I mean it was a close game for 3 quarters. And being able to play at home, I think that helped us, and just being around our fans here. And it was a great atmosphere. Had a pretty good gate. So we definitely like playing at home better for sure.
Yeah, I mean, was it kind of strange walking on your own sidelines?
Oh yeah, I mean, especially because you're talking about a month being on the road and long road trips like we've talked about. So I was kind of confused on what jerseys we were supposed to wear because I've been saying white every week. So it was just a little bit confusing, but no, it was a pretty good feeling to be back at home. Well, to be at home for the first time this season.
Coach, I think it was a bad omen. I think the Georgia Bulldogs cost y'all some bad mojo.
Yeah,
they stole y'all's logo and then they go and get beat again. I mean, what do you think the two coincide there or what?
Well, I'll tell you this: I was happy about one of the Bulldogs losing. Yeah, I'm an Alabama fan, so I think you know that. No, I never thought about that. So
they stole your logo, dude.
Well, I wish we could be more like Georgia though. They've been winning a bunch, so
yeah.
Well, hopefully we can get on board with them and start doing that.
Except for their rivalry game against the Tide, and they're like 1-7, correct?
Yeah, I was listening to Paul Feinbaum, and he said, there's just some teams out there who's gonna have your number, and that's just how it is, and it's mental, and that's just how it is, and that's hard to overcome.
Absolutely, it is, Coach. This week, I don't have to tell you, it's Distraction 101. It's homecoming. Throughout the years, every coach I've talked to, every single time, they say, "Hey, I want my kids to have fun and be a kid on homecoming week." But it's also the biggest distraction week of the year. How are you handling it here at Gaston?
I'll say this: our teachers have an administration. They've done a really good job of planning homecoming. I've never been anywhere that does homecoming like this place. We kind of go all out. It's been crazy. It's been fun. Our kids have been able to participate. It can be a distraction, but most importantly, you only go to high school once. Winning is important, the game is, but I want our kids to have fun, and I think we can get locked in, on Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. We got a bonfire tonight, and we'll have all day tomorrow to be, get prepared and mentally and be ready to play.
Right, Riley, Coach Riley from section. I don't know if you spoke to him, Riley Edwards, but
yep.
Yeah, he's had some ups and downs this year. He's had some wins, and they look better than they have the last couple of years to me, from what I've seen from on scores and on film. But what have you seen from them?
Yeah, they get after it, and they beat Cedar Bluff. They had a big win about 2-3 weeks ago against Cedar Bluff. And they're gonna play hard. They played us hard last year. It was a tight game there for a while, and they're not gonna give up. They're gonna come here ready to win. They're not gonna have any distractions. They're gonna feel bit disrespected because every team does when somebody chooses you for their homecoming. That's just how it is. But it's somebody has to be the homecoming guy. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But no, they're gonna come here ready to play. I spoke with him yesterday. A good guy. I talked with him this summer when I first got this job, and he texted me or whatever. So he's gonna have them prepared. They're gonna be ready to play. And like I told our guys yesterday, I just hope we come out and don't beat ourselves. Just make the other team have to play well. And we did that. For a half last week. We need to do it for 4 quarters tomorrow night.
What do you think it's going to take for the guys to put it all together for 4 quarters?
Man, if I really had that answer, I think that's what one of those reporters asked Coach Saban one time. And, it's just so hard to know because kids are so different. Each groups are different. So what may work for this group or this team may not work for, another team. But I do know one thing that is always going to be true, and it's always going to work, especially for winners. And that's having unity and trust. It can't be about, individuals. It can't be about, it's got to be about family and just trusting the guy next to you and trusting that he's going to do his job. And if you got 11 guys on the field trusting each other, I think that's what starts the winning. And that's just being successful in anything. If you're going to run your own business, if you're going to work for somebody else, there's got to be trust. Everybody's got to trust that the other person's doing their job. And so I think if we get to that point, that's when you can play well for 4 quarters.
You got to bottle that up and sell it, Coach.
Well,
no, it's hard. It's hard to get every unit on the same thing as an entire team to do the right thing the whole game. And especially you guys got a lot of youth too. It ain't like you guys are. Yeah. You ain't like you rolling out 15, 16 seniors out there.
No. And that's what everybody's. They ask me. Is this a tough job or, you've been places that has done a whole lot of winning. But I will say, this is the job for somebody like me. Like, people are usually scared of these type jobs. And, I think when you've been somewhere, like Cherokee County and Etowah, and I was at Aberville with Coach Pruitt where we made the playoffs every year, you get to take a lot of stuff from those places and bring it here. And I can see now that stuff works because we're going to be measured on wins and losses and not if the guys are getting stronger, if they're not getting in trouble at school, they're not vaping, the locker room's clean. Like, and I'm going to always talk about that each week because those are the things that matter because they're getting better at all those. And so that's the trust factor that now I can trust that they're going to keep their lockers clean, that they're not going to be in trouble at school. And I have to leave my classroom and go to the office. Like, I hadn't left my classroom one time to go talk to the principal about
That's a blessing.
Yes. And it wasn't like that when I first got here. No. I was there every week, trust me. And so we had one kid that I was in the office for every week. I hadn't been called one time for this kid, and he's still playing. So I know that it's working. So now that has to translate onto the football field, and it will. So I'm not worried about the losing part right now. I'm just worried about the fact that we're getting better, and we are getting better, and that's on the football field, the classroom, the weight room, and just being better young men. And I don't care what anybody says. I want to win more than anybody, but I also want to see these guys out in 10 years at Walmart with their family, and I know that they're doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of most important there, man, honestly. I mean, making better men. Coach, before we shut it down, I always like to kick it back to you for final thoughts.
Guys, I hope you guys come out tomorrow night. We got homecoming. Gonna be a beautiful night, nice crowd. You're going. I'm telling you, I'll say it each week. You're gonna get to see two teams fight, show a lot of effort. Both teams got a chance right here with this win for sure. To get in the playoffs. You pretty much set yourself up to be, one of the favorites to be in the playoffs, one of the 4 teams. So I know we'll have a lot of support. Our fans are always great. We appreciate that. And our kids are going to, fight and have a lot of effort. And I know section's going to bring a crowd, and they're going to be ready. I mean, they're excited, at section. They're not just a basketball school. They're going to come and be ready to play some football. So we hope all you guys come out and support us. And also tonight's Thursday, we got a bonfire at 7 o'clock. So let's go ahead and get it started early. Let's come, tonight, and we'll see you guys tonight and tomorrow night. Thank you.
Coach, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right.